Hello world. Today I'd like to talk to anybody who will listen about my version of the Bob bag or EDC. It's just something I've recently been formally introduced to, although I had been doing something similar to this for a few years. But just kind of a chance conversation with a cousin of mine introduce some of the products that I have here, as well as where to get those products, namely CountyComm.com. That's COMM, CountyComm.com. Really a nice website. You should check it out. So I decided to go with the olive drab green bailout bag. It's really, in terms of size, really a nice solution to either carry with you or to kind of leave in your vehicle. In terms of the color, you know, kind of similar to what one of the other posters had mentioned on YouTube, Cutlery Lover, which, by the way, he does a really great site. You know, props to him. A lot of what I have here I kind of copied directly from him, so you know, big ups. He's doing a really good job. So anyway, he had mentioned that black was kind of overly tactical. I tend to agree with that, so I went for the olive drab. I did like, they had a nice light tan colored bag, but they were kind of sold out, so I was impatient. I didn't want to wait, so I went with the olive drab green, and it looks pretty good. You know, I may, depending on how these videos go, I may do a separate review on the bag itself, but I really like how it is. One thing I do want to mention externally about this is some of the other videos had pointed out that they had taken the shoulder strap and kind of just put it inside the bag. I actually prefer carrying it with the shoulder strap. The fact that it has a, you know, padding here, easily removable. I really like it. So you know, again, I prefer it. It's a thick strap. It's not one of these small ones that's going to kind of grind into your shoulders, which I absolutely can't stand. So that's the story with that. Starting off on the side pockets, as you can see here, which this is also a pretty cool little feature. Kind of has a cord on here that can extend and Velcro on the side, which is really nice. I have my Camelback. Of course, if you look very closely, you can see that it's BPO free. Alright, so although, you know, I'm not too crazy about the shape. Got a little condensation on here right now, but I'm not too crazy about the shape of this bottle. It's convenient, obviously, to drink out of. I didn't really want the one that had the straw, so I went for this one with the kind of, I don't know, open, wide mouth, whatever you want to call it. So it's definitely a liter, and I drink a ton of water. So, you know, the traditional Nalgene bottle, it's a little bit fatter, and it sits in the pocket, and the profile's a little bit lower. But we'll see. I'll roll around with this one for a while and see how it goes. But, you know, this is a recent kind of replacement to my previous everyday carry situation, but it was an Nalgene before. But you know, the whole BPA thing is kind of in the news, and I wanted to switch mine out, so that's what I went with. Changing over to the other side here, kind of have an overkill on the Aviation Mechanics keyring. Have the S-Beaner holding a bunch of different products. It's most likely I'm going to scale this down because this thing is frankly ridiculous. It's a little bit too big. I kind of went crazy seeing all these different videos and ideas that people had, and I just went a little nuts on this, but I have to scale this down. This is just not practical, although it fits into the side pocket very well of this bag. Now, if I decide to go with another Camelback, that's not going to be a good thing, so I'm going to scale this down. But in terms of the useful tools, I'll probably end up just putting some of them inside the bag in a smaller, you know, Ziploc or something. But you know, we have the bottle opener here. Just, I don't know where I got this from, but it's kind of a hard plastic with a little metal piece on there. And, you know, it does what it's supposed to do. I have something I didn't see on some other videos. You know, again, it may be out there. YouTube is an amazing resource, so it's probably out there. I just hadn't noticed it, but it's a tape measure. This thing is probably about 3 feet, and you know, I got it at some conference or something for work, but I thought it was pretty cool. Just drilled a hole in one of the corners, and it went on pretty well. I have the CountyCom LED light here. A lot of people complained that these things were kind of seizing up on them. So far it's worked okay with me. You know, I've had it for a few weeks, but it's been decent. Also had an older SD card. This came with some, you know, probably a digital camera or something I had purchased back in the day, hence the 64 megabyte storage volume on it. But it's more than enough to put a text file on there with either some critical health information, if that were something people were going to look at, but I put it on there anyway. I also put on, in case of this item is lost, some of my contact information, cell number, as well as just a generic email that I'd set up for that. So that's on there, just simply the regular case, and drilled a hole in the corner, and it stays on fine. The ubiquitous Sharpie marker. People tend to have these all over their YouTube videos, and I'm no exception to that. I thought they were a great idea, so I have been using these for a while anyway. I have a safety whistle. I didn't get mine from CountyCom, but I got it from a sporting goods store in my area, and it's loud as loud. Got one of these. This is pretty cool from CountyCom. It's just kind of a little, I don't know, I guess they call it a saber saw or something like that, but just a neat little saw that has a really small footprint. Saw this on CountyCom from one of the guys who pretty much had an ink pen that was low on ink, kind of cut it down, drilled a hole on the end, and now I have a pen that I can carry with me. Again, another form of storage here. I am kind of a tech-obsessed individual, so I got the flash drive. Again, this is only a 64 megabyte, but more than enough if I need to throw something on it, and or I put a text file with my contact information. I have a pretty much another purchase from CountyCom here that is a razor, and one of the guys there in his video, the way that this razor is kind of angled down like that, I put the hole in the corner so that it kind of locks in there. I literally have to take this off to use it, so it's kind of a safety feature. I don't want to stab myself. So that's what's going on with this at the moment. It's way too big. I'm going to scale it down. I just have to decide what are kind of the essential things and for quick use, and what are the things that are going to end up going back in the bag. So that's what's going on with that. I have a cheap wind-up LED flashlight here. This thing, you know, you wind it up for 2 or 3 minutes, and it's supposed to give you, I don't know, 15 minutes of light, whatever the case may be. It's a really cheap solution that was given it was given to me as a Christmas present or something. So I may end up upgrading this or removing this altogether, because I do have some other lights in here, but that's what's going on right now. So it's not going to break my heart if I happen to drop it. I mean, the thing's rattling, so we're not talking a high-quality product, but in the event of an emergency, it's probably going to be a godsend. So externally, what I have going on here, Cutlery Lover had this idea. I thought it was pretty good. Just kind of he used, I think, a matchbox in case you happen to find something small. You can kind of put it in there and take it back with you home, or whatever the case may be. So this is just an old mini Altoids mint container, metal, and I happen to find something that can actually fit in here. I can keep it and bring it home, and that's the situation with that. The other smaller case here has, these are razors, so it's kind of a little, I don't even know, I guess I got this at Lowe's or Home Depot or something, but it's a razor, or it's a kind of a little storage device for actual razors. So those are in there. This pocket has waterproof matches, and ironically it looks like they've already been wet, but I don't know what happened. So these are waterproof matches. Pretty self-explanatory, right?